As women, we are all wolves in sheep's clothing. We disguise our ruthless nature through an outward show of innocence, kindness, playfulness, and fun. And then once we get what we want, the facade drops and our true women ways.
Look at what men have to choose from. They have to choose from a bunch of women acting like men. Why do they want a career woman? You think a masculine guy? You want guys to be masculine, right? You're saying these guys are lazy, stay-at-home sons, socially awkward, feminized. Okay, you want the masculine man. Why would that masculine man want you? What are you doing? You're playing his role. He doesn't need you to have a career.
I need to tell you guys something amazing that happened yesterday. So I was standing at Starbucks and I was crossing the road to go to my apartment, waiting for the green man to go. And it was raining. And this man, beautiful man, came up behind me, tapped me on the shoulder. I was like, oh, he had his umbrella and he literally guided me with his umbrella to where I was going. Is that not the sweetest thing ever? Like, chivalry apparently is my head.
Why do single men take advice from other single men about what women want?
Mostly because single men know what they want.
Why don't you just listen to what women tell you?
Mostly because you don't know what you want. Like, women say they want a nice guy, but even you know the nice guys finish last. Or you say you're a strong, independent woman, but you want a man to pay for everything from dinner, cars, and clothes. Or you claim you want an alpha male, but then one shows up and you call him controlling. It's kind of like asking a fugitive with a warrant how he wants to be caught. You can't take the answer too seriously.
These modern women keep on saying that men are intimidated by them, and that's not really the case. Men are just tired. That's really it. Y'all are annoying. Your attitude is annoying. Men are annoyed. They're put off. They're turned off by your attitude. The sooner modern women realize that, the better. But of course, they don't care.
See, women will say some dumb like this, then wonder why no guy wants to commit to them. Like, oh, you think a guy's gonna tell you that you're his girl while you're talking to 10 other dudes? Yeah, for sure. For sure. My guy's taking a look at the whole facts and he's like, how does this one have 10 current owners? I think I'm gonna pass. Single women keeping other women single. They're gonna write about this in the history books. It's a tale as old as time itself.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video.
How do you approach the guy you like? Okay, Birch, are you a man? Yes. If you're a man and you're going for another man, how do you approach them? Ask them a question. Men love to teach and explain things and sound smart and needed. So you make them feel needed, intelligent, and smart. So ask them a question. Excuse me, you look like you know how to work this gym machine. Excuse me, you look like you know a little bit about this, and that. Could you please tell me this, and that if you don't mind? You know, ask men things and allow them the opportunity to teach you. It doesn't even matter if you're a man or a woman. They love the opportunity to teach because it makes them feel important, smart, it boosts their ego, and, you know, they're going to, like, you know, start checking you out because you chose them out of everybody else walking around. All right. That was a man asking about another man, I think. She's a girl? Okay. Then don't do it, ma'am. You can bump into them, drop something, let them pick it up. And then if they start talking to you, great. If not, let them be. Usually men approach the type of women they actually like and want. So we don't go chasing. I thought you were a man based on your name. But, you know, for all the men out there listening, that was the advice. You know, ask them a question. If you're a woman, the only way that is going to work is if you're in an environment where, you know, things are to be questioned. So, for example, if you're trying to work something that you don't understand, like a gym machine, and you know, that's one way. But after that, if they show you how to work it and then leave you alone, that has to be it. You can't chase. That's very masculine.
Man, even if we talk about, you know, even if we move money to the side, because a lot of times money is a huge thing. Resources are a huge thing. What if I just say, man, there's time that I've invested into this relationship that I'm not going to get back? Men are checking out based on that fact. We don't even reach the money. I'm looking and I'm saying, man, this woman's probably not going to be worth my time. Unfortunately.
I heard a quote today and it hit a little different, and it said something different.
A self-respecting man never begs to be chosen. If you think you can do better somewhere else, go. He is not going to compete with your confusion, because a good man does not force loyalty. He does not chase reluctant love, and he does not keep proving his value to someone still looking over the fence. If you stay, it should be because you are sure, because your heart is settled, because your actions match your words. Not because he persuaded you, not because he made himself smaller to keep you. A man with standards would rather lose the wrong woman than keep someone who is only half in. Real love chooses freely. And a man who knows his worth will never accept being someone's backup plan.
For a lot of these men, they go on these dates and they realize that this date is actually kind of sort of a photo shoot. Like, he's the content. And once he realizes that, then the date is pretty much done. Y'all are using these men as a way to increase your followers. And the man realizes, oh, you don't really like me. You're just going to put me as content. And there's not really even any spark or connection. And that's when men start to say, oh, you're only using me for a foodie call. You're using me for content.
Don't give me my baby or not. I can put my own child in the car. Don't touch my car. Give me my baby so I can go.
You're making a big deal in front of her.
When you give me my baby, you can go. I am grown. Don't touch my car, man. Don't touch my car. Move. Stop.
Now you're cursing and yelling.
You still got it on camera? All right. Now, she don't want to give me my baby. I drove up here for 2 hours, and she don't want to give me my child.
There's no car seat in
Yes,
there.
it is a car seat in there, man. Car seat right there. No. Give me my baby so I can go. You don't need to be in my car. It's a car seat in there.
Now you're
No,
yelling.
I'm not yelling. I want you to give me my child so I can go home.
Screaming at me in
I'm
front
not
of her.
screaming. But I just want my child so I can go home. Well,
She
get in the
asked
car.
me to put her in.
No, she did not.
Sophia.
Come on, man. I ain't got time to be playing with you. Well, I'm trying to
This
go
is
home.
not a game. It's not
Give me my...
All I want is a man in a Carhartt vest. Ooh, I don't know what it is. I don't know what you want to call it, but you take an average Joe Schmo, stick him in a Carhartt vest, boom, I'm submissive and breedable. Look at this man in the ad for Carhartt vests. This man makes me want to ovulate. He looks like he's gonna go chop wood, and then he's gonna go have a tea party with our daughter. This man looks like he can crack a crisp one with the boys, but he can appreciate a good glass of wine. And he has a Labrador retriever, and he knows how to cook, and he smells like pine cones and lust. I can't even see this man's face, and I don't need to. Smash. Look at this. Oh, what's in here? What's in my Carhartt vest? Just a man who can find my... Look at this.
You know, the men are starting to see, and this is why they're opting out. This is why a lot of men are going their own way. They're starting to see when you go into a lot of these spaces, whether it's a curated space for dating or an event or a space where you just meet them out in public, out in the wild, quote unquote. You know, it's not really something that's a safe space for men. You know, one wrong word, even if I was nervous, men don't really have like a safety net, right? Even if I was nervous, I come out there and say something, and I'm like, oh no, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. These modern women are crucifying them on the spot.
This type of guy doesn't chase women, and I'll tell you why. Number one, if he's really this type of guy, he probably don't have an issue with women. That's number one. Number two, when a man is secure and he's confident, and he's good being by himself, I think a lot of people try to fill up the space because they don't like being alone. This type of guy don't struggle with being alone. So he don't need you. He wants you, but he don't need you. And because he doesn't need you, he ain't gonna chase you. Which, to be honest with you, I think is a strength, because you don't want a man that needs someone, who just doesn't like being alone, so they'll take anybody just to fill in the space. That's not the kind of guy you actually want. You want a guy that's okay being alone, because if you're in his space or he wants you around, you know he genuinely wants you around. It's not just to have somebody there or to fill in the blank.
Honey, no. A guy is not gonna receive, like, say he gets a bad text from you, or say, no, he's not heartbroken after knowing you for 2 weeks in the same way that you are. They're not as emotional. They're different. Doesn't mean he doesn't care. Doesn't mean it doesn't affect him. It doesn't mean guys don't have feelings, but they're just wired differently. They're just wired differently. Now, can we carry this out for a second? They're also wired for work differently. They're wired to be able to handle more stress at a work environment than you are. They're wired for the grind more. They have steady testosterone. Their hormones are different. They don't fluctuate. They don't need a bunch of rest in the second half of a cycle. They don't have the second half of a cycle, right? We're different. Like, embrace that, and also, like, get it through your thick skulls that you're not guys.
Survey where men and women were asked if they got 80% of everything they want in their ideal mate, would they be happy with that? Women said, no, that's settling. And men said, 80%, I'd be thrilled. That's a catch. We're too picky about the things that don't matter at all for long-term romantic happiness, but we're not picky enough about the things that actually do matter. Men and women were asked what would be a deal breaker for going on a second date, and men named 3 things. They said she has to be cute enough, she has to be warm and kind, and she has to be interesting to talk to. Reasonable, right? The women came back with 300 things that would rule out a guy for a second date. And we're talking about like another 2 hours and maybe a free dinner. And they were things like, he wore a brown belt with black shoes. Or we were having a really good time and I thought he was cute and he was interesting, but then he did this Austin Powers impression and I just can't get that out of my mind and I can't go out with him again. Maybe he was just nervous. The guys who are bad first daters might be great life partners. You don't know.
You know, a lot of these modern women don't really understand with their bad attitude and their silly behaviors. They're training a man on what to look out for. So when he stay with you for 2 or 3 months and learn all your terrible habits, he gonna get out of that relationship. And the next relationship, modern women be asking, oh, well, why is it that I always have to train the men and the next person that they come across, they get married to? Because sometimes you're so terrible that he says, okay, I know what I don't want. And he comes out of that relationship with more clarity and he fool around and find a woman that's for him, just based off the fact that you were so bad.
Hey, men, don't get mad at me for saying this, all right? But the amount of time you spend in the garage playing with your leaf blower instead of helping your wife in the kitchen directly correlates to the amount of time that she's going to spend with you in the bedroom playing with your leaf.
Weird, because when he was helping in the kitchen, you still never played with his leaf blower. That's why a lot of men went to the garage to begin with, because they felt dismissed. They realized their needs didn't matter or were important enough to you. And now you use this convenient excuse to make it his fault. I see this constantly happen. A man sits there and just gives so much, constantly trying to make sure all your needs and wants are met, constantly. But then he realizes it's not reciprocated, that you don't even care about his needs. I have a headache today. I'm sick. I don't feel like it. And this is a daily occurrence where his needs aren't even considered half the time. And then he gets to the point where it's like, you know what? I enjoy being off doing my thing by myself, whether it's in the garage, whether it's playing some video games, whatever it is. To decompress and, quite frankly, be good for his mental health. And then he's shamed for that.
You're the light, you're the night, you're the color of my blood. You're the cure, you're the pain, you're the only thing I want to touch. Never knew that it to mean so much, so much. You're the fear, I don't care, 'cause you've never been so high. Follow me in the dark, let me take you past the satellites. You can see the world you brought to life, to life. So love me like you do, 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 touch me like you do.
Escribe ese canal aquí abajo y te enseño el paso a paso de cómo salir de ahí.
A lot of men, what they do is they say, man, if I see you in the grocery store, I'm probably just buying milk. I'm probably just buying some bread. If I see you in the grocery store, I just saw you. That's it. I'm not approaching anybody no more, bro. I'm not even going to try. I'm not looking in your direction. Not at all. Because y'all act a fool. Y'all act a plumb fool when a man sit up there and try to be a friend. When a man sit up there and try to take you seriously. I want a man to approach in the wild. I go in there and approach in the wild and you act stupid. It's flat out stupid. And you want me to, oh, well, yeah, no, you just come and approach me. No, I'm not. You're an idiot.
Y'all call all kind of stuff toxic masculinity. When a man is built to protect and provide, he's not meant to be here to be your. Yeah, I'm saying it. A lot of y'all think you're here to run men, and you're not. A lot of y'all have the roles misconstrued. You do. And y'all have backed men in a corner now that they're like, well, shoot, who cares? Who cares if a woman's on the side of the road with a tire broke down? They don't like masculine men. Hey, masculinity is toxic all the way until you need somebody to come do some masculine.
Ooh, she read you. She read you. I can't even. She said she's saying. She said, I'm saying. Read yo. Bring back masculinity. She ain't lying, because they stepped in with that feminism. And when I tell you that feminism and cooking them, it's getting them cooked. So when you hear a young lady like this speak up peace, we appreciate the young sister for keeping it transparent and being real now. She said it, I did now. You heard her too now. Okay. The biggest.
So speaking of character, who do you think I'm more like, you or mom?
Well, I think in many ways you got that tenacity and that take no prisoner attitude like your dad. And you got a certain fierceness like your dad. But deep down, when you peel back the layers, you really like your mom in many ways too. And I'm going to leave it at that. You know what I'm saying, I'm sorry, guys, that she's the way she is. You guys that didn't make the cut.
True.
That's her dad. And
Here, y'all taught me.
Can't be no wimp.
Yeah, you cannot. You got to mean what you say and say what you mean.
That's right.
And that's one thing I'm learning. I actually have learned. I got asked to do a podcast before Brock and I had gone to Chicago. And they were like, would your fiance like to come? And I was like, I'll ask him. And so I asked him and he was like, no, because he's not a podcaster. Right. And in my past, I feel
Thank
like.
God for that.
Right. That part. In my past, I would have asked him again and again and again, or I would have tried to change his mind.
Right.
And now I'm in a place where I'm not challenging his answers to me. If his answer is no, it's no. Now, before I went, I might say, did you want to come do this podcast? Mm-hmm. And I told the lady, he probably won't come or whatever's going on. But I'm learning that as a girlfriend, fiance, wife, whatever, we have to stop challenging everything that man says just because of what we want.
Yeah, because that doesn't bring peace. You want peace in the relationship for both of you. And like in my past, when I was younger, before I met your mom, like there was a lot of women who always sweated the small stuff. And no guy, if he's honest and if he's true to his feelings, like nobody wants a woman where he can't have any peace or she's sweating small things that don't even matter and make a big deal of it. So I would say a lot of women got to learn, don't sweat the small stuff because a man, all he really wants when he's with his woman and they are together and when they have a household, all they really want is peace. A man just wants peace in his abode.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of guys right today don't even know what that is. Are they scared?
They scared. They don't have a conversation because they scared.
Like, what happened to being a natural man?
Yeah. Just a conversation.
Just don't be scared, man.
Man, it's a struggle out here.
Then on the flip side, though, I think a lot of women make these guys scared and insecure because a lot of women don't know what they want either.
I think that modern women have talked a lot, but men have given modern women a lot of leniency. You said a lot of stupid stuff. And men, it was like, oh, you know what? She don't really mean that. Let's just keep on being gentlemen. Let's just keep on doing what we were raised to do, what we know to do. No, I'm serious. Stop doing that. And you've said it so many times that a man is like, well, I was going to be a gentleman about it, but she don't want that. Let me back up. And now that's where we are today. You've said it so many times that men are like, maybe that's what she means. Let me move out the way. And then you come back and say, no, this is what I want. And that's where men get frustrated because now you're going back and forth and you actually don't know what you want. You're double-minded. And men are like, I'm not your little dog to where you just jerk my chain and go over here, go over there. I don't work for you. I'm not your pet. I'm not none of that.
You know who actually hates feminists the most? Women. Because let's not forget what a feminist is, who a feminist is. We don't need men. Let's destroy men. Men are useless. I hate to tell you. Rather, if you don't like that I say we need our men strong, we need our men educated, we need our men taken care of, we need our men off the streets, we need the men out of the wars, we need the men to stop breaking their bodies, we need them to be smart, we need them to be disciplined, we need them to be trained, we need them to be loved, we need them to be cared for.
Modern day feminism is so stupid to me because most of you aren't even feminists. You're literally just annoying, broke, and projecting. Feminism used to be, can we have rights? Can we vote? Can we please go to work without being treated like a piece of furniture? And now it's, I shouldn't have to lift a finger, I shouldn't have to pay a bill, cook, clean, be nice, or even have any self-awareness. Bro, that's not feminism, that's princess cosplay. I'll seriously see a video where a woman's like, I deserve a man who just provides everything. What are you providing, shawty? Vibes? An attitude? A half-eaten Starbucks cake pop? My favorite part though, is when they're like, oh, I want a traditional man. Okay, well, back in the day, traditional men, guess what they had? Traditional women. You can't be like, I don't cook, I don't clean, I don't respect, I don't listen, and I don't compromise, but you need to wake up at 4 a.m. and slay dragons for me. Girl, be for real. That man is not your knight. You don't even assemble your own Taco Bell order. We can't forget about my favorite crowd, the men are trash crowd, because how can you say with a straight face, I don't need a man for anything, but then turn around and every single video you make is about men? Okay, if you don't need a man, then why is it your whole entire personality?
Chinese riddle for you. Here's everything you need to know before you start your weekend. Iran sent a warning that instructs employees of specific American tech firms to vacate their offices immediately and told civilians to avoid the areas surrounding those locations. The warning lists offices belonging to Qualcomm, Adobe, Dell Technologies, Intel, Apple, Cisco Systems, Palo Alto Networks, Oracle, Salesforce, Amazon Web Services, Microsoft, Google, and IBM located within their region. I'll be putting out a segment on why Iran is targeting tech companies in the coming days. Iranian officials were out protesting in the streets today just hours after Hegseth claimed they were hiding like rats. Photos showed them among the people. Now, in response to Hegseth's claim, one Iranian leader stated, "Our leaders are among the people. Your leaders are on Epstein's island." The Trump administration will collect an estimated $10 billion fee from investors involved in the TikTok deal. The Pentagon is set to deploy an additional 5,000 military personnel to the Middle East. Iranian strikes targeted Prince Sultan Air Base located in Saudi Arabia and resulted in a damage of at least 5 U.S. Air Force refueling aircrafts that were present at the facility. White supremacist Jake Lang got caught texting a 15-year-old girl inappropriate messages. A new alienation of affection lawsuit just dropped, and this time it centers disgraced former Senator Kristen Sinema, who was hunching her married bodyguard. A ground stop has been implemented at several major airports serving the Washington, D.C. area. A Michigan imam reported that the individual who drove a truck into a Michigan synagogue had 4 relatives in Israeli airstrikes in Lebanon the week before. Iran is considering permitting oil tankers that use Chinese yuan through the Strait of Hormuz. The guy in the White House said that they targeted Karg Island, which processes 90% of oil exports. Iran's most intense bombing campaign of Israel will begin tonight. The U.S. Department of State has issued an order for non-emergency government personnel and their family members to depart from Oman. And that's everything you should know before you start your weekend.
Here's the thing, women don't ignore men they like. So if she's ignoring you, it's a signal she's not that into you. Trust me, we don't ignore the men we're crazy about.
As a man, why would you say the word no?
Shit, that's a bet. So next time you be like, babe, this just made me look fat. Yes. Babe, you think I need to lose weight? Yes. Babe, you think she look better than me? Yes. What you talking about?
If you're a single guy and you're for a beach, why are you not hanging out at the Nobu bar? Because it's literally all gorgeous women and there's not one man. It's literally the bar seats are full of women. Well, where's all the guys?
Hey, sexy.
Hey, sexy.
Me?
Yeah, you're sexy.
No.
Look at those pearly whites. You should smile more.
I can do that.
And look at those calves.
Well, they're my best part.
Oh yeah, baby, work it.
Mom, you'll never believe what just happened.
All I did
did was post about me getting a man simple flowers. I didn't even spend that much money, and everybody's so mad. I'm sorry. That's the problem with dating these days. Y'all expect everyone else to do everything for you, but you wouldn't raise a pinky for a single soul. Why would anyone want to do that for you?
Can someone tell me why there are so many single men in Brisbane? I just feel like there's an epidemic of single men. I made a video asking for one man to be part of my music video, and I had hundreds of DMs saying that they lived in Brisbane and they were single.
Men don't yearn the songs no more. Tyrese said, you know I'm willing to do anything just to keep you in my, keep you in my. I messed around and gave up everything.
Most chairs?
They don't do that no more.
At a desk isn't.
What the? Men, bring back the yearning.
You focus.
Bring back the yearning.
One thing I'm tired of is seeing say men don't chase women no more. Who want to chase a bill? What the in this economy? Come on now, you got to be coming with something. Y'all ain't got nothing to come with other than demands. Like what the don't want to do for a nigga, expecting all this love. Oh, our fathers and forefathers did it. What the
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought us texting every day meant that you were interested. My bad. Like good morning texts, texting all day, checking in, and then it's all of a sudden, I'm just not looking for anything serious right now. I'm sorry, what exactly did you think we were doing? Anyways, y'all, I hope the next girl or guy that you talk to or meet is obsessed with you, because I guess that's the only way to tell now.
The only way to have healthy relationships is to have a realistic expectation of what it means to be human, which means you can't meet my needs 100% of the time. You are going to have things that you do that drive me crazy. There are going to be things that I do that drive you crazy. It's the concept of, can we accept what it is to be normal as a human being?
And I want to add that you're not my source of life and I'm not your source of life. That doesn't mean that we're not streams passing into each other's lives, bettering it, but you're not where I get my source of my worth, my value. And that's necessary at the core of this.
When we hold the lens and the box for all men of this is how men are, it disempowers them. It disempowers us. There's this sort of belief that like women are full spectrum and women have like this whole range, and then men are supposed to be this like solid rock. And we all have masculine and we all have feminine. And when we try to cut anyone off from any of those, it's just a mess.
Compassionate voice that holds the safe container for me to rest and receive. And that's my true masculine energy. The pushing that I'm doing, the hustle that I'm doing, that's my feminine energy in overdrive, trying to earn his approval.
Meet your own pain so that you can soften it and rebuild your relationship to.
As a matchmaker, I'm always looking for opportunities for my single clients to meet other singles in a natural environment. Today, I'm looking out for my single ladies who like the contractor type.
Excuse me, can you check me with the good-looking guys? I hang out here in Home Depot. Primarily, they're in lumber.
Then look long aisle. Here I am in the lumber aisle. Don't see much happening right now, so I decided to take a walk around. Oh, there's a guy. He'd be good for someone. And sometimes you gotta be a little inconspicuous about these things, especially when you're hunting for men. Oh, there's a cute one, ladies. So I made my way back over, and again, not much happening. There wasn't really anyone here that I would set my clients up with.
Mornings, Monday to Friday.
There you go. If you luck out, try again. Monday to Friday, lumber aisle, Home Depot.
All right, y'all. The question is, why are less men committing today? Well, your girl got an answer for you. Let's get into it, family. Here's the reason why I think men, and this is just from my perspective, what I've seen, why some men ain't committed. I think overall there's a fear of missing out. If a man is truly desired, he's successful, he's got options. And it's hard to settle when you have so many options. In addition to that, we as women are all vying for the same type of guy and missing out on really good men that have all the right intention for a man who isn't ready to settle down and may never be ready to settle down. I say this all the time. If a man is just not in that headspace, I don't care how good a woman is, he's not in that headspace. We also have to take into account the quality of women that are out here. I believe most men want a certain type of woman, and I think that woman is harder to find these days.
So newsflash for my ladies who live in Scottsdale. You need to go to Tom's Thumb. It's a gas station, car wash, bar, barbecue, anything a woman needs. So my mom and I started going there like a year ago when we would go and get our cars washed. We would sit there and 99% of the time there would be a hot man there, getting his car washed with his kids. Like, we just sit there, take it in, appreciate it. But normally, like I said, it's older men who either have kids or are my mom's age. So I just sit there, kind of wing woman her, look out for wedding rings because we don't want that. But today was a different animal. There were probably 6 good-looking men all there within a minute that were my age, 25, 26, 27, 28. I almost got my car washed a second time so I could watch it again. So if you're single in the Scottsdale area, make the trek to Tom's Thumb to get some barbecue and some views.
Marriage is a series of choices, but most people treat it like it's luck. They think some people get lucky with a great partner and others are just stuck with whatever happens. But the truth is, marriage doesn't fail or succeed randomly. It's shaped by the choices that a person makes every step of the way. You choose who to be with, you choose how well you get to know them, and you choose the kinds of conversations you have with them, like money, family, life goals, priorities, before deciding to spend your life with them. You choose whether you want to deal with issues or ignore them. You choose whether you want to grow together or just go with whatever is happening. And when you don't make those choices intentionally, you actually give those choices away to family, to society, to peer pressure, to fear. A good marriage isn't magic. It's a result of small, deliberate choices every step of the way, made with care and clarity. So if you're building a life with someone, you have to ask yourself, am I making these choices intentionally, or am I just letting things happen to me?
So why do men no longer come up to women? I asked this in a TikTok last week, and it got so many comments, especially from men. And I just want to preface this with, this was no shade to men. This post was no shade to men, and neither is this one. I was just genuinely curious and asking. I love men. I think they're awesome, and I think that they're a little confused right now. But most of their responses said something like, we were told not to go up to you guys, and we were told that you want to be left alone, and you just want your own space, and you don't want us approaching you. Which for some women, that can absolutely be true, but I love meeting people in person, and I just think that it takes a confident person to go up to someone when you see them in person, and I think it's a really cool way to meet people rather than meeting people online. Men were also saying things like they were called creeps and weirdos, and they don't want to be called that. It's not a pleasant experience. But I will say that it has to do with how you approach a woman. Like, for example, myself and my friends have had men come up to us with a really, really intense energy.
Why we have a generation of men who are so against being providers and leaders.
Same reason why we have a generation of women who are not submissive or modest. Because people change is really what I'm trying to say. The generations have changed, and so asking for traditional masculinity from men while a bunch of women are not out here providing traditional femininity doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And that's not to say that these men don't want to do these things. I think a lot of men want to protect and provide. However, the men back in the day used to do that for women who probably had never slept with anyone else. And if they had, it was like one other person, which does not look like this generation, and also to women who did whatever they said and didn't ask a whole lot of questions. Typically, we're in the kitchen shutting the fuck up. We're not that generation of women either. You see what I mean? So we can't ask for tradition while not providing tradition. A lot of us want modern relationship dynamics where both people have a say and both of us kind of get to handle the finances and do the things. If that's what we want, we're going to need a different thing from the men. It just doesn't make any sense to ask for tradition while not providing tradition.
Bro, back up, bro. Have you thought of putting on clothes and respecting yourself or no? So you're defending promiscuity. I'm confused.
You're defending being a douche?
That didn't make any sense.
If they want to wear it, let them wear it. If they feel good.
Bro, you're spitting in my face.
I don't give give a fuck.
Calm down.
You look like
calm
a
down.
fag.
You're wearing the same outfit as me.
No, I'm not. I don't got shorts on with Nike tennis shoes.
Jorts are cooler than skinny jeans.
Oh, really? Because these are Lulu pants.
Lulu pants?
Yeah.
What's not Lulu on his butt?
You're justifying Lulu pants over Jorts.
You look like
I would rather.
the whole household, bro. So shut the But you shoving
back up, bro. I'm serious. Bro,
right?
Back up. Are you kidding me? You're getting my face? Back up. I'm serious.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
But you just
I appreciate it.
said.
Have some respect.
No,
Back up.
I got some respect.
So you're with women that are dressed promiscuously, and then you get mad at me
I'm not mad
because
at you.
you're trying to
said
white
no
knight.
one's gonna-
You're a white knight.
So are you.
That makes zero sense.
White knight.
How am I a white knight?
You were somebody.
Wait, the fact I'm a nobody because I don't have a bodyguard?
Yeah, exactly.
People walk around with bodyguards because people try to fight those people. You guys have just stood there and done nothing. So I obviously don't need a bodyguard.
Welcome to another episode of Things That If a Man Would Say, he'd be labeled as sexist, and misogynist, insecure, or controlling. But me, as a woman, I'm gonna say it for you. And these old dating apps didn't give women more options and gave women the delusion that a better man is just one more swipe away. I don't know, is it like swipe like this? You can go up like that. So I don't really think that these women have commitment issues. I think it's more of like an option addiction. Oh, and the lovely Are We Dating the Same Guy Facebook page. Y'all have heard me talk about this before, but we are building a society on crowdsourcing red flags instead of building discernment. Social media turned femininity into aesthetics instead of character. Where's the authenticity? All the modern day women now, they look the same, they talk the same, they dress the same, they act the same. Now this is coming from a divorced woman. There should be less incentives for a woman to file for divorce. Women want equality until it's asking them to do the same dirty jobs, the same hard, demanding jobs that men do. A lot of you actually don't have high standards. You have high expectations and low character. If body count didn't matter, then why do all these women lie about it? And as always, your past does not make you unlovable, but it's sure going to make you accountable. On that note, y'all have a great day, even to the women that I upset on the internet.
Where are all the good men? Yep, that's the question of the day. Everybody apparently is still wondering, where are all the good men? And here's the thing. If you look back, I posted about this before, but I just want to let you know as an update, the good men are everywhere. They are everywhere, sis. The problem is you either have disqualified them for your own unrealistic, ridiculous requirements, or they have been so scared from accusations, being told that they are harassing, or, you know, thinking that you want them to approach you, but then carrying on like, how dare they find the audacity to approach you? I mean, at this point, they're everywhere and they're never going to speak to you. You have to speak to them first now. So this is what you get. This is what you get when you scare men into believing that they can never be right. They can never win. They don't understand women at all. They can't even pick up cues anymore. This is what you get. You get confusion, and you get an entire generation of men who would rather be by themselves than to risk talking to you.
What's it like dating in 2026?
It's trash. Everybody thinks they have options. If you're a pretty girl, most of the guys in your DMs, they just want to crack.
And also, everybody lies. Nobody's actually like transparent enough. People go on dates every other day with other people.
How long have you two been together?
We're not dating.
Never.
This is my roommate.
What's it like actually having a man as a roommate?
It's horrible and it's weird. I don't recommend it, by the way.
I don't recommend it either.
Yeah, it's actually really weird.
What don't you like about it?
It's just uncomfortable sometimes.
Especially if they like to be in your business.
Yeah.
So how would you feel if he was bringing other women over?
It just makes me uncomfortable.
But then why even room with a man?
For a job opportunity.
How do you feel having a woman as a roommate?
Doesn't bother me. She ain't got no friends, but it is what it is.
Under the right circumstance, would you let him hit?
Absolutely not. I'm super religious, so it's literally the problem of this generation.
So you're a virgin?
No.
So when did you discover God in your life?
This past 2 years?
And you've been abstinent for the last 2 years?
No.
Are you abstinent now?
Yes.
What made you decide to take that step in life?
Because I want it better for myself. The life that I want is not accessible if I continue being the old person that I was. Old patterns, you know?
A lot of men don't understand that their passivity and their silence is actually more toxic to the health of the relationship than her emotional nagging and complaining, because her emotional nagging and complaining is letting her partner know, hey, we're having a problem here, or I'm having an issue here. When he's passive and doesn't speak up, he's just breeding a lot of like what I call relationship poison, and he's letting it fester in that relationship, which is why, like you were saying, a lot of times when the woman is like, oh, I don't want to be here anymore, he could be confused because it's like, well, I didn't do anything wrong. Yeah, you allowed toxicity to breed in the core of your marriage. That's what happened.
Now, here's the issue. The amount of times that men feel that being vulnerable actually got them somewhere in a relationship where they felt seen or felt heard and felt understood by their partner, I would say are very rare. A lot of men feel like if I say, hey, what you did there bothered me. And what they'll do is they'll say, well, the woman will turn around and is like, well, if you did da 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 da, then I wouldn't blah 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 blah. Yeah. And then it's like you get hey, I feel this way, and someone will be like, why are you so sensitive, or whatever it is. And
sorry to cut you off, honey, but I want to say something here, because I hear what you're saying, that a lot of men will say that they were never rewarded for being vulnerable. But I will say, if they've never felt rewarded for being vulnerable with a chick when she was his girlfriend, he should have never married her. When you have a girlfriend or when you have a boyfriend, what you're doing is you're vetting, you're taking the time to see, is this the union that we want to be in for the rest of our lives? Or if you have a girlfriend and she's never made you feel like there's any positive to being vulnerable, you should have never proposed to her. You should have never gotten married.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. A lot of you women are going to be anyway, so we might as well level up like it's World of Warcraft and get practice on the runs.
Let's go.
Because here's the other thing too, right? Let me be very painfully clear and honest about this. Dealing with women is an adversarial relationship. Yep. You're trying to get resources and time from me. I'm trying to get. So my thing is, I'm going to use this as a battleground to identify women that are promiscuous, so I never commit to them. This is why it's so important in today's day and age, because it's not 1956, it's 2026. You need to be able to identify that women that have bad habits for a long-term relationship. So, for example, if she's an attention, she dresses provocatively, she questions your authority, she's rude, any of these things, you're able to figure that out because you've had a pattern of other women, and you could be like, yep, I'm not going to wipe this girl up. But if you're right, never got your sucked, oh my God, I'm going to wipe this girl up. That's how guys get their lives destroyed. So my thing is, you got to level up on the grunts like it's World of Warcraft 2. No. And that's how you do it, because the reality is promiscuous women are going to be promiscuous anyway. So you might as well train on them, figure out how they behave, because all promiscuous women have certain traits. Identify these traits and make sure your wife never has any of it. Because I'd rather the guy have 300 body count, show up on his wedding day, and commit to the girl that's 301 that he knows isn't a 304. And that's how it goes. Men have to date defensively now, because a lot of you women are not worthy of a long-term relationship. A lot of you guys are more experienced than us. A lot of you guys don't want to be wives, you just want to get married, and quite frankly, we bear all the risk when we marry you guys. We have everything to lose.
Gotta catch them all.
We have everything to lose. And I'm not gonna bite my tongue on it. Most women are useless, and that's the truth. That's why most women can't find a guy to take them seriously. Long term. Can't get married. They don't want to fucking cook or clean or anything. We just said, if you go back to 1950s and be home, would you do it? None of them raised their hands.
Attractive people are not getting hit on like that.
Here comes the boom.
Especially attractive women.
Back we go to Delulu land, where the Delilahs can't understand why they ain't getting the same attention from the single man.
It is usually the solid 4s and 5s that are getting approached regularly.
This one wasted no time before she dove head first into the shame.
Shame. Because that's where a lot of men's self-esteem level is.
I don't believe I heard you right.
They don't have the self-esteem level to talk to a woman that they would deem a baddie or a 10 or just a beautiful, stunning woman.
Flag on the play. So instead of her saying maybe it's some of these baddies' up attitude and demands that they try to put on people they don't know, and that's probably why guys aren't approaching them, she'd rather shame the man and even the women who the men prefer.
You cannot make this up.
They usually are always, like I said, they are flooding the 4s and the 5s inboxes. I don't make the rules.
You treat them like animals, that's exactly how they'll behave. It's a good thing she doesn't make the rules because no man would be going on a date. We just be sending our wallet as our representative. And with that being said, gentlemen, the moral to this story is simple. Solid men flirt with beauty, but we commit to behavior. So if the baddies can't deal with that, so be it.
Y'all need to check this one out.
Some of y'all ladies gonna have to settle. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but listen, everybody can't have a perfect man out here.
Y'all wanted equal rights and equal pay so bad, and now that you've gotten it, it's only fair that we go 50-50 in the relationship. Which at this point in the video would invoke you saying, oh, like, you're a broke, insecure guy, naturally, but I don't know if you can tell, that is my water view.
I'm on my soft guy era. Facts. Listen, I don't mind still being the leader, the masculine man, but we gotta do 50-50.
I don't know who promoted this strong, independent black man thing. I can't do it anymore. I need a hard-working woman that can take care of me, pay all the bills.
I'm gonna need you girls with kids to realize that you ain't got that many options.
I am in my soft guy era. Now it's embarrassing for all men that we're holding our standard the exact same way that you have a standard for us.
Well, this chick tried to offer me $20 for lunch. Like, what am I going to do with $20 for lunch? That doesn't even cover an appetizer. If you're broke, just say that.
Exactly what you ladies want, but we're not giving it anymore. Drizzle. We're done with the patriarchy and this old archaic way of doing things where we're supposed to provide and protect for you, where we're supposed to be willing to risk and give our lives for you. Listen, we don't need to bring anything to the table because we are the table. Without my seed, you can't have any kids, Drizzle.
Okay, so y'all sound bitter based on the women y'all have dated in y'all past. All women do not care about no money. And there are some men that desire to pay for everything. That's what they want to do. That's what makes them feel good. If you do not desire to do that, then date someone that do not care about any of that. Make better choices and you wouldn't have to be pouting right now.
Some point in time, modern women have gone to, with the way they speak to men, they make it seem like they've gotten their degree in social work. They make it seem like they've completed a substantial amount of coursework in therapy, in counseling, with the way that they talk to men, with the words that they say to men, with the way that they try to take the language that they learned in therapy and weaponize it against men. Oh, you're a narcissist. No, I'm not. That's not the definition of it. Oh, well, you're this and you're that and you're misogynistic and no, I'm not. You don't know the definition of that. There's plenty of videos out here where a man is asking a woman because she says, well, I think this is misogynistic. Well, what is that? Silence. Because you don't know what you're talking about. And that's what they try to do with, oh, you're gaslighting me. Oh, you're a narcissist. What does that mean? And how is that narcissism? Silence. Because I don't know what the heck that I'm talking about. I can say that I've done the healing and the inner work. And men already know I'm full of BS. I'm full of bull crap. Because I'm just talking nonsense. That's the position that a lot of modern women are in today.